Hi guys, and welcome back to my Minecraft videos. Well, my Minecraft Let's Play. With that being said, nope, that was horrible. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, and welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. Last episode, we worked on some mechanical stuff, and I accidentally forgot to show it off. And we also worked on some of that, but I will show it off slightly, but the mechanical stuff, and the one thing I did off camera. Because honestly, it was just it needed to be done, and yeah. But we're gonna talk to the villagers, and today, which ironically, as I run away from the spot that I wanted to demonstrate my point with, we're gonna be working on some farms, not like actual proper grindy farms that you'd find in a tutorial. No, just some aesthetic ones. Because this area has been blank for far too long. Because when I go outside my house and I look in this direction, there's lots of progress. It looks it looks nice, it blends together. It's pleasant to look at. It fits in and it looks like the part of the village. When I look in this direction, I can see a bunch of progress and nice things looking here. And then there's this. And it just feels kind of bland. And, yeah. Long story short, we're going to rectify that. But with that being said, we're going to go talk to the villagers now that I've made that point. Because, yeah, it's just, it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed very much so. But we're going to go talk to villagers and see who's around town. Ah, Moby or Moby, or however you want to say his name, is finally out of the library. And he's talking to the new person. Uh, oh, it was nothing special. She seems to be blushing profusely. Okay, interesting. Well, I must thank you for the most interesting and insightful conversation. You swear he's blushing. Okay, I'm gonna leave you two to it. Garnet, what are you doing back here? Uh, 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 uh. Garnet! Here, take some of these quick. This should last you for a couple of days. She seems to be talking to someone behind the building. Garnet, what are you doing? What? Nothing? She tries to and fails to look innocent. What the heck are you doing? Oh, really? You give her a look that says you're not buying it. She seems to debate what to say next. Alright, you caught me, but please give me a chance to explain. But it will have to wait till later tonight. Alright, fine. I feel like I'm going to regret this decision. But you know what? Explain the person with wings? Sure. I promise, I just don't want to cause a scene and then someone to get hurt for no good reason. Okay, I'm just... Wow. Okay. I don't know how to say to that. I guess getting back on track. But, yeah. If you didn't watch last episode, go watch it. Oh my goodness. Anyways. Let us go and, see what we can do. Silver. I'm not gonna mention that to her. Just... Or him, or whoever they are. I've never seen them without the helmet on. Ah, Lord Pooktons, what a wonderful timing. I was just about to come looking for you to give you a report. Okay, what about? Alright, let's get started. Indeed, the wall has begun construction. It's slow going due to our limited number of hands and materials. However, I should have a solution in the long term, as I sent word to a local guard academy letting them know we are able and willing to help training with new guards. We're not likely to get the cream of the crop, but we should be able to make do. Also, we had a visitor this morning from the nearby village. They didn't stick around long, so we should expect a visit from the lord of the village. If we're unlucky, the priestess. Okay. First part of that doesn't sound too horrendous. But, what's going on here? And how well do you think that will go? If it's just the Lord, I'm sure we can work something out. The priestess on another matter is entirely the church. Yeah, another matter entirely. Wow, cannot talk. The church is not known for its flexibility, especially in its doctrine. However, I could be wrong and the priestess could be reasonable, but I would not bet on it. That's all I have to report for now. Have to report on for now. Okay, well that's something. I guess I should get into what I'm actually going to be attempting to do this episode. So one, I'm going to want to build a proper area for the sheep to roam about because them in that corner is just not practical long term. And also the cows. And the one other farm I want to make, just a general aesthetic farm, is a wheat farm. Potentially with a windmill. I'm thinking potentially the sheep farm with the little farmhouse will be here. And the wheat farm is definitely going over here. Probably on a hill. Just for aesthetic reasons. But, yeah. And, again, this is like the wheat farm area I'm thinking. Again, might change. Not sure where I want to put the cattle. Just because, again, I want it to be a decent spot. But we'll see. Maybe across from here, but we'll see. But I want to show you the thing I worked off camera and/or the thing I didn't show last episode. Wonder what rejects the Guard Academy will send us, he says in super sarcastic tone. I see. I swear you're getting bigger. You are just a large boy. Anyways, I know I'm the new guy joining up here, but I was wondering if we could try an idea I have been working on. We would love to hear what you had in mind. Okay, things are going smoothly here. Anyways, let's go over to the location before we get started. And, yeah. And the first one up is the thing I did off camera, which was build a grinder! Something that we have been in desperate need of for a while. And my quartz problem is no longer an issue. And long story short, it works. It does its job. It's definitely going to be very, very useful long term. I also, again, didn't quite move it over here and, you know, make myself simple because I wanted access to the speed of this thing. And you can only do it from, like, this angle on it, which sucks, but it's just how it works. So, yeah. But honestly, it functions. It does what it needs to do, and it's pretty well hidden. So I can always just leave it to go if I need be. And in here, I don't think I ever showed off my proper logging machine, which, honestly, really like how this thing turned out. Don't know why it doesn't move when you're, like, above it, but beggars can't be choosers. And it's honestly a pretty good start, but again, see, you can't access the little RPM, but it goes at a fast enough speed where I'm not really concerned. And I don't want it to go too quickly. I don't know, aesthetics are still a thing for me, even though it shouldn't really matter that much. But, yeah. Honestly, really like how this came together. It's probably a lot more complicated than it needs to be, but I don't care. And that's just how I am. Till the day I die. Long story short, I'm relatively happy. But, you know, the create thing was just a pain in the butt to work around. Only because masons give away quartz and I have a mod that, again, I think it's, like, delights something. Let me just check. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. That's just... Oh, there's quartz right here. Blackout quartz. And, yeah, it's literally Farmer's Delight that allows this to be even a thing. But, yeah. With that being said, we're just gonna hop into the building, and I'll be right back. Bop! Bop! And we're back. And, I'm ready to show off what I worked on. And the reason I'm over here is to demonstrate my point on how much better it looks now. Because before, it was relatively plain. Now, it looks relatively well built out. even with just a few bits of work I've done, which, again, I will show off. But, yeah. Long story short, this is looking pretty solid. And I feel like I deserve a bit of a pat on the back. So, yeah, let's just get over there and I'll show you what I actually worked upon. Which, you know, isn't much, but it is relatively time-consuming for one of the items, such as these godforsaken trees. Because getting the spawning right for them is a fucking time-consuming job. And, long story short, it wasn't easy. It took a lot of tries, and a lot of wood, and a lot of saplings, and a lot of patience. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So over here, we worked upon our gosh darn sheep farm, because it was really just a pen right here. And it was kind of ugly, and I kind of hated it. So I decided to make something a bit bigger and a bit nicer. That way, if I want to spawn like a ton of sheep and like get a ton of wool, I can. But right now I want to keep the sheep numbers low, just so that way I don't have to deal with a fudge ton of lag, just because there's a bunch of entities. Especially since the cow farm is right over there, which I will show off shortly. But let me just go to sleep before I get too ahead of myself, so we can see this work in the gosh darn daylight. So, yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's just have a quick nap. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah. One of the last buildings, ironically, I worked on was this one, which, again, it's a bit smaller. I wanted something not nearly as big as the other two farmhouses, just so that way this place didn't feel, I don't know, too crowded. Like, they wanted a little farmhouse for the sheep. And, honestly, it looks pretty decent. I haven't decorated inside yet. Again, I will eventually. I really do need to decorate inside some of my empty buildings, because, like, it's bad. It's really bad. But, yeah. But honestly, really like how the sheep fence came around. Originally, I made it out of an entirely different form of birch fence, like the farm gate one, like force fence. I'm going to check it real quick so I can show you. Yeah, we made it out of this one, but it just did not look good at all, and I just could not stand it. So I just changed it to a different one, which, you know, it took a lot of time and effort and energy, but it was worth it in the end. So, yeah. The whole reason I didn't do down there is just because I felt it would look a bit, I don't know, cluttered. And honestly, the maple trees along here add a surprising bit of natural wonder without having that space feel cluttered. Which was one of the concerns I had when building, was some of the stuff just feeling off and odd. Considering if I build the fence posts all around the edge, it's just going to look odd from the water line. But if I leave parts of it open, then it's going to be a problem, because then the sheep can just escape and leave just by crossing a couple blocks of water, making it a pretty shitty sheep farm. Next up on our to-do list, or should I say show-off list, is the cow farm, which, honestly, I really do like how this place turned out. The color scheme especially. It has a sort of rustic, old vibe to it, and I really do like that. And inside, it just looks... Again, it's empty right now. I'll add stuff later. But it's the thought that counts. And honestly, I really do like how this place came together. It's big, it's large, it feels like a proper farmhouse. Even has a little side door for, like, down the alley. And into the, like, ranch area. Which honestly is pretty neat. Again, pretty big empty shed, mostly just for the cows to be in. Again, I might add a couple hay blocks in here just for aesthetics, but otherwise, it's pretty darn good. And honestly, again, I'm keeping the cows' numbers small. I can always breed them up if I need books and leather and shit, which I always do. But I don't want to have a ton of entities just because they could cause lag, and I just don't feel like dealing with that. The only downside to my gate design is because these fucking bovines just want to try and jump over it, but they can't. So, yeah. It's a little frustrating, but otherwise pretty darn good. And honestly, it is just stellar. But, yeah. Currently, this is the final house I worked on, and it's the wheat farmhouse. And honestly, I wanted to go with a bit of a more vanilla look. Partially because, I've been doing a lot of modded stuff, so I wanted to have this feel natural. Also, the windmill. I wanted the windmill to feel generic and vanilla in nature. And I think I got that, but I don't think I'm happy with it at the moment. I might change it as time goes on. Just because I just don't like quite something about it. Maybe it's chunkiness, but it looks good enough where I'm satisfied with it and I can, like, live with it. And honestly, that's something you just gotta learn to deal with sometimes, is just live with the imperfections until you can find a better solution. I am half tempted to put either like some sand or dirt or just something to do the crop edges just because they don't look great. But again, that's a small detail, and this is just to get me some wheat when I need it. But yeah. Anyways. It's, again, relatively functional, and it did take a fair bit of seeds, but I had a ton from clearing out all of this area from all the grass. I might have a few stacks of seeds, if you might say. But I also do need to make a proper composting unit or something. Just so that way it works. But we'll see. Again, this is all a work in progress. Ugh, why does it have to rain? Why does it have to rain all the fucking time? You wouldn't believe how frequently it does it. It's kind of ridiculous. But, well, yeah. Currently, there is a power source coming from this. It's just, I don't have a use for it at the moment. I might make it into a proper, like, use the wheel for a composting bin here. Just an automatic one, but who knows. We'll see. I'm kind of lazy. But with that being said, it is kind of dark out and kind of wet, so people probably won't notice if we go try to see where the heck Garnet's at. She's probably somewhere in town. Let's go figure out what the heck's going on with that situation. Alright. Let's go. Oh, I forgot to talk to you, Silver. Well, they're definitely sending an interesting group of recruits our way. But I'm sure we can handle them. Okay. Chirp, chirp. Okay. Guess that's the messaging bird. Alright. Well, let's go look around the village. People are probably not out and about right now. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. Where are people? More specifically, where's Garnet? Maybe they're on the outskirts of town. I don't know. Okay. What the heck? How do we know we can trust this person? I don't think this is a good idea. If Garnet trusts him, then so do I. She help us hide. Okay. It's okay. What you're doing is more than enough, Sonny. I'm sorry I can't make the water any warmer for you, Finny. Okay. It's an interesting group of individuals. That's just straight up a cookie. I wonder how this person Garnet told us is going to be like. Seems nice enough. He didn't freak out when he caught me and Garnet. Yeah, I guess that was you. Alright, Garnet, it's time for an explanation. Ah, Bookletins, you're here. I guess it's time for me to explain what's going on then. She seems rather nervous about the situation. Okay, I need to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and try to put a calm smile on a calm smile. Garnet, I just want an explanation on what's going on. You're not in trouble. I just need more information on what's going on here. She seems to calm down a little bit and take a deep breath. Okay, so a couple days ago, I was out for a walk late at night, and I accidentally bumped into flowers over there. She points at the fairy in the green dress. Okay. And well, then she got scared and ran, and I followed. I don't even know why I did it. But eventually, I followed them back to where they were hiding, and we managed to talk it out with them. I see where you fit into this so far, but where'd they come from? It's kind of an important detail we're missing here. I was just about to get to that part. Apparently the fairies were kidnapped by people in black robes. The fairies don't know why they wanted them, only that they had plans to use them for some sort of ritual. They all managed to escape together and found the village and went into hiding. I've been helping them ever since I found out. Okay, that's a lot to take in. Well, that's a lot. Yeah, I know, but if I'm being honest, it feels better feeling a lot better knowing that you know about it. So what do we do now? Well, I think there's an option right here, but honestly, for now we can act like this never happened, because the priestess might come to town, and from what Silver tells me, they're not known to be open-minded. Yeah, that's probably a good call on my part, saying this much. I see, that's probably for the best. Right now, as you said, there are many from the goddesses faithful who take their beliefs too far. I understand. Well, yeah. Anyways, I'm getting out of this rain, but I guess you handle them and explain the situation, and yeah. Anyways, if I get under this tree, god dang it. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, comment down below, and, check out my next video if you'd be so kind, or a previous video for any of my content. It really helps out, and if you like it, please subscribe as I said before. Everyone helps, and I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the year. With that being said, have a great day, and goodbye.